Okay, and welcome to Friday and our yoga class. I did put a couple of links, one for YouTube and one for Spotify in the chat box. So if you wanted to listen to some music today while we're doing yoga, feel free to please put those on, and we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start right in mountain pose. We're going to come to the top of our mat. Feet are nice and close together. Toes are spread out. Standing up nice and tall. Palms facing forward. And we're just going to stay here for a few breaths. On your next inhale, we're going to bring our arms up to the ceiling. And do a little back bend. And then bend the arms so you're in a nice cactus. And then bring your arms back up, back and into a neutral position. And we're going to bend our knees and lower our hips so we're into a chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And then I want you to grab your elbows and rock gently side to side. And then release those elbows. Step back into a nice high plank. Gently lower down. Coming up to cobra. And then into down dog. We're just going to hang out here for a little bit so you can pedal your feet, move your hips side to side. Perhaps get a little bit deeper into your shoulder stretch. Just waking everything up. And then I want you to go ahead and lift that right leg up to the ceiling. Step it forward between your hands, coming up into a nice crescent lunge. Back heel is off the ground. And then bringing our hands to heart center. We're going to take our left elbow and place it onto our right thigh for a nice twist. And then coming back up with your hands at heart center. Arms raised back up. Bring them down. Step back. So we're in a nice plank. Lower down. Cobra. Back to down dog. Take a few nice deep breaths in this pose. And then I want you to go ahead and lift your left leg up. Step it forward. Come on up to that nice crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. The back of your right arm onto your left thigh for a nice twist. And then coming back up, raising those arms up. Bringing them back down, step back, cobra, to down dog. And then you can look up, step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. And then roll up one vertebrae at a time. Standing up nice and tall, palms are facing forward. Inhale, arms come up. Bend the arms to cactus, slight back bend. Bringing your arms back up, bend your knees, sink your hips into chair. And then forward bend. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step back to a plank. Lower down. Cobra to down dog. Go ahead and lift that right leg up. Step it forward into crescent lunge. And then we're bringing our arms behind us, interlacing the fingers, and opening up that chest. Go ahead and release those fingers. Arms come back up, coming down to the mat. Step back, lower down, up to cobra, and then into down dog. Lifting the left leg up, step it forward, crescent lunge. Bringing those hands behind us. If you would like, you can go ahead and interlace your hands or grab onto your forearms. And release them. Arms come back up, coming down, step back into a high plank, lower down, up to cobra, and to down dog. Look forward, step up or hop to the front of your mat. Forward fold, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice solid mountain pose here. Toes are stretched and nice and wide. Palms facing over, or facing forward. Deep breath in, arms come up. Bend those elbows, slight back bend. Bringing the arms all the way back up, neutral spine. Bend the hips. Bend the knees, sink the hips, and coming to chair. And then forward fold, halfway lift. Bringing them down, stepping back, lower down, up to cobra, to down dog. Lifting the right leg up. We're going to bend that knee, open with the hip. And then bringing it back up to center to three-legged dog. Step forward. Up to crescent lunge. And a nice back bend. And then come up to straight, neutral back, hands to the ground, step back, lower down, up to cobra, to down dog. Go ahead and lift that left leg up, bend the knee, open the hips. Coming back to three-legged dog, step that leg forward. Coming on up to crescent pose, crescent lunge. Arms are up. Into a back bend. Back to a neutral spine. And down and step back. Lower down. Coming on up to cobra. And then the down dog. We're going to rest here for a few breaths. And then lift the right leg up. Step it forward. Come down on your back leg, untucking that foot. So we come into that nice low lunge. We're just going to breathe here for a few seconds. And now I want you to go ahead, straighten the front leg so the toes come off the ground and you're kneeling on your left leg. And we're just going to hang out here, stretching our calves and our hamstrings. And then bend that front knee again, back to that low lunge. And then back to the straight leg. And then coming back to that low lunge, we're going to untuck the back foot, lift up, left hand stays on the ground, right hand to the ceiling. And then bringing that right hand back down. We're going to go ahead and come on up to warrior one. So we're pivoting that back leg, making sure our front leg, the heel is in line with the arch of our back foot, bending that front leg, hips are facing forward, arms come up. See if you can bend that front knee a little bit more. And then we're going to transition to a warrior two. Arms come out, and your gaze is over your front middle finger, nice and soft. And then we're going to go into peaceful warrior. So right arm comes up, left leg slides down the leg, still keeping that front knee bent. If it hurts your neck to look at the ceiling, you can go ahead and keep it neutral or look down at the ground. Coming back to warrior two. We're going to go ahead and straighten that front leg, so we're in triangle. We're going to go ahead and move our hip back, and then we're going to come down to our shin, foot, or the floor for a nice triangle pose. And then coming back up, bringing that hip back to warrior two, transitioning to warrior one, and then we're going to step up and go into warrior three. So the back leg comes up, left leg comes up, and arms are out. Finding that focal point on the wall. Coming back down and going back into warrior two. Again, soft gaze over your middle front finger. And then windmill your arms down. Step back. High plank down to cobra. And then to down dog. Catch your breath here. Head is in a nice neutral position. See if you can lower your heels a little bit more. And then we're going to bring our left leg into the air. Step it forward. We're going to come down onto our knee on the back leg, untuck that toe. Getting that nice stretch in that low lunge. And then we're going to straighten our front leg as we bend the back leg. Trying to keep that front foot flexed. Really feeling that stretch in the calf and the hamstrings of your left leg. You might notice one side is tighter than the other, and that is okay. Okay, let's go ahead and bend that front leg again. And then straighten the front leg. And then bend. And then untuck your back toes. Come on up. Still in that low lunge. Right hand is on the ground. Left hand to the ceiling. And then bringing that arm back down. We're going to come up into a warrior one. So we're pivoting that back leg, making sure that front heel is in line with the arch of your foot. Trying to square your hips towards the front of the room. Arms come up. And then go ahead and go into a warrior two. Gazing softly over your front middle finger. Into peaceful warrior. So left hand comes on up, right hand slides down the leg. And coming back to warrior two, we're going to straighten that front leg, shift our hips back, and bring our left arm down to our calf, foot, or floor. And then coming back up, bend that front knee back into warrior two. And then bringing our arms up to transition into warrior one. Step that back foot forward, and we're going to go into warrior three. Keeping that back foot flexed. Remembering to breathe. And then gently come back to warrior two. Windmill the arms down. Step back, high plank. Lower down to cobra. Up. And then coming into cobra. Then to down dog. And rest and recover here. And I want you to look up, hop, or step to the front of your mat. You're in a nice forward fold. Go ahead and grab onto your elbows and rock side to side. Release those elbows, halfway lift. Release and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Coming into a nice mountain pose. Let's take a few deep breaths in here. We're going to go ahead and bring our arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into a plank. Transition to a down dog. And then lower down to your knees if I want to go into a child's pose. And let's walk our hands over to the right. Get a little stretch here. And then coming back to center. And walking our hands to the left. And then back to center. We're going to go ahead and transition onto our backs. So slowly come up. We're going to sit down with our knees up, grabbing underneath our thighs. We're slowly going to roll down, one vertebrae at a time, engaging our core. And come all the way down. You can go ahead and leave your legs straight out, or you can bring the soles of your feet together with your legs falling open. Palms are up. And I want you to close your eyes and focus on your breath. Inhale and the chest rises. Exhale and the chest falls. When your mind begins to drift, just bring it back to the breath. When you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then roll over to your right side. Gently press yourself up into a seated position. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And gently blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you on this practice today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and great weekend. I look forward to seeing you next week. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you.